What is up, Mav fans and hoop heads? Hope your vibes are immaculate today. I'm AG, your host, owner, CEO, director, manager, and all that. Welcome on into another episode of Mavs Rundown. I appreciate you for listening. And today, the Mavs had the 12 o'clock noon start time against the Milwaukee Bucks at Milwaukee and come out victorious, 118 to 112. Big win against a healthy, might I add, a very healthy Bucks squad, who again are defending champs. So take down a fully healthy defending champs at home with this squad. And we were missing Maxi Kleber tonight. He was out. He was like scratched with ankle soreness, and they were trying to do probably a game time decision to see if maybe he can go. He wasn't going to go, so he was out. He was a scratch tonight. So even without Maxi, are basically, besides Dwight Powell, our only other big guy, besides Marquise Chris, who got some run tonight. But, our main rotation, it's Dwight Powell and Maxi Kleber as our bigs. He was out, so we only have one of our main bigs, and bigs, quote unquote, and Dwight Powell in tonight. And man, the Mavs really took over and did great. And even mentioning Dwight Powell, he had an amazing game. But yeah, this one was really a LUKA game, man. This was another LUKA game where, of course, it's showcased. This is ABC. This is primetime TV. Noon o'clock start time. Everyone's kind of getting ready out of doing whatever you're doing, and on noon on Sundays. And, they're getting the first game, basically. And, LUKA showed out tonight, man. He, especially with the dimes, he was killing it, especially facilitating a lot at the beginning. And he finished with 32 points tonight, so killer. And 15 assists, 8 rebounds, 3 steals, 6 turnovers. 6 turnovers. I said that kind of excitingly, that was good. But, I mean, it's just... honestly, 6 turnovers, I don't even really mind, because all the different plays he was making tonight, honestly, those 6 turnovers could have easily probably been assists. A couple of sloppy ones at the beginning, but at the same time, those 6 could have easily been assists if he had those back. And really, man, this was a great game. Let's go ahead and run through the game real quick, man. The first quarter. It was definitely deja vu from the Washington game that we just had, where the Bucks were just hot from the three. Mavs were not. Mavs were scoring in the paint, getting in the paint, but not hitting from three. And Milwaukee takes a 33-25, first quarter lead. Things are looking kind of ill so first, but we all know the Mavs are a second half team. But things can always progress and get better. And things definitely flipped in the second quarter. It was completely... it was 2 different games in the first and second quarter. First quarter was all Milwaukee. Second quarter, it was really all Dallas. And Mavs got hot, and we took a 2-point lead in the halftime. And we had a lot better energy in defense in the second quarter. It was after that first, the coaching staff got into whoever got into them, and they all picked it up as a team. They picked up the energy on there. You could tell they were really flying around on defense, going to their spots where they're supposed to go on rotation assignments and everything. And it was really good to see, because the first quarter it was completely different. We were looking kind of sloppy, and just not hitting it, of course. And then the second quarter, it was everything was smooth. And Spencer Dinwiddie, that's when he finished the night with 11 points, and they were all in the second quarter. Looking back, and he was big, because in that second quarter he finished 3 of 6, 3 of 4 from 3. But let me look up real quick. I have it right here. At halftime, man, Dinwiddie, he was 3 of 6, 3 of 4. Yep, that's what he finished as. 11 points and 4 assists, and that was his finished stat line too. So he did basically all his work in the second quarter. And that was big for the Mavs, because we needed that momentum, that switch, and he was big into that. I would definitely give him credit, because he didn't finish with anything. He didn't really do really anything in the second half. But hey, he was big in that second quarter and helping us regain the lead. And the Mavs ended up taking a 2-point lead into halftime, 57-55. So good stuff by him. And then the third quarter, man, it was a game of runs. And this game was really a whole game of runs. You know, one team going up, the other team going up. Third quarter, it really went off. The Mavs went up by 9 at one point. And then the Bucks go on a 14-0 run to go up like at 77-72. Bucks go on a 14-0 run. And then the Mavs follow that up, you know, not directly right after, but then they end up going on a 9-0 run and making it 85-81. So as I said, it was a game of runs, just boom, one team go up, then the other team go up, then the other, back and forth, it was crazy. And the Mavs end up still holding on to the lead, 90-87 at the end of the third quarter. Coming down to a great game. Fourth quarter, if you weren't into this game, you know, at first, you were definitely into it in the fourth because it was an awesome game. And it was funny because at the beginning of the fourth, man, you know, because the subs weren't. Luka was in this game a lot. He ended up playing 39 minutes total. Other guys played 41-40, which I know other people will gripe about. Oh, they're playing too many minutes and stuff. But honestly, they're really not. They're smart. This coaching staff knows what they're doing. We have like a 2-day break between these next games. We played at noon, so really it's like a 3-day break till we play our next game. And really playing these guys at kind of around these minutes at the end of the season, it's not too bad because I know, especially like the last game, they might get pulled and might not even play, you know, depending on the situation. But like even after that last game, even if they played 39 minutes, Luka played 39 minutes in that last game against the Spurs, we're going to get like a whole week off before the playoffs. So all these guys talking about, oh, there are too many minutes. He's played up too many minutes. And they're going to get tired. Like, no. All of our guys are pretty young, so to speak. And given a 5-day break, they're going to want as much groove as possible. So I definitely disagree with the whole, they should be getting less minutes. I feel like that's just a very whiny take. So, but yeah, going into the fourth, like, cause yeah, I just have faith into this coaching staff and what they're doing, and they're smart. They know they're talking to these players. If they're really feeling gassed after the game, like, damn, that really had a lot of me, they would play them so much. Like they're not dumb. Like, so I think those are just fans overreacting as usual. But in the fourth, Luka had to come back in. It was crazy because the subs weren't at the start of the fourth. You could tell they just weren't having that same groove, that offensive groove, especially when Luka was in. And he just it was just not looking right. Within literally at the 9-minute, I think 9-minute 55 mark or something like 9-minute 30-second mark, they already subbed Luka back into the game. That's how it wasn't really, I want to say it was bad though. It wasn't bad, but you could just tell the momentum definitely switched and changed in the beginning of the fourth with Luka out. Bucks were kind of trying to take a hold of the game. So Luka subs back in, boom, at 9 minutes, like 30 seconds left or whatever. So my 9 minutes left in the game. Ends up playing the rest of the whole fourth quarter, which I was thinking he had the most minutes, which I'm not, you don't know that Dodo was out there two more minutes at 41, and Reggie Bullock played a shit ton of minutes at 40 tonight, which both of them did great, in their own ways. We'll get to that in a minute, but yeah, without Luka, this offense was it was not running. It was crazy because all our offense was just Luka pick and roll with Dwight Powell at the top of the key. Our bread and butter play. We spammed it tonight, and that was what we were running. We were just killing them because Luka would just have to make them pick their poison. Were you gonna stop him? Go all in to stop him? Make him hit one of these guys wide open and for a shot, or are you gonna let him score? They picked to try and stop Luka, and he was kicking it out, hitting, and then when they weren't, of course he was picking his spots, and he was killing it. And so in the fourth quarter, they had something back in, and the Mavs go on an 11-2 run, and it's 101-93 with like 6 minutes and 55 seconds left. So, of course, that was a good move by Kid to put Luka back in. Smart, even though Luka rests usually about, I don't say halfway, but maybe around that 8 to 6 minute mark. Luka will, or really around 7 to 5 minute mark, Luka will come back in into the game depending on how the team's doing. So, him to come back in with 9 minutes left, it's just, kind of like a whoa. We really need him, but it was good to go. They trust him. They know if he's, how fresh he's feeling, if he can really go on a whole quarter and they know he's a hooper. He definitely can, no matter what. Luka's just, one of those natural hoopers. He's gonna hoop out there no matter what. Even if he's got one leg, one arm left. Like he's gonna still go out there and, do what he can. And the Mavs, end up going on that 11-2 run, as I said, at 101-93 at the almost like 6-minute mark. And honestly, that really Mavericks held on. Were able in this last 6 minutes to hold on to the game after that. Because, we had basically like a 10-point lead. They weren't able to really get any good shots, and we were able to come out with a victory. And a big part of that was, once they play the free throw game. Because once we were up by, that comfortable 8-10 point lead. Once it starts to get really low, then it turns into the foul game where you try to, hopefully they miss free throws, you come back, you hit a three. And it's the 3-for-2 game where hopefully you can make more threes than they can, make free throws. And the Mavs, honestly, very impressive, made 23 straight free throws at one point. 23, guys. We were 24-27 from free throws tonight. So the 23 of the 24 that we made were in a row. And a lot of that was right into the fourth quarter. The only one that we missed was Luka went to the line at the end and went 1-for-1 on a free throw, and that broke up the streak. Otherwise, it would have been 25 straight. But great stuff by them from the line as a team. We're shooting really good. Still keeping that hot streak. Everyone seems like know their role, know what to do. Luka had 11 in the fourth. On top of that, 11 points. He was, along with dishing, he was also scoring the rock. Let me see how many assists he had at the end of the third. He had 12, so he had 3 assists. So that sounds about right. Because he definitely was on attack mode, scoring more than he was in the fourth quarter than it felt like him in the end. But he was just playmaking. He made all the plays. He made all the plays, man. He made all the crucial plays, all that you can ask. Looking at it, man, he had 5 rebounds in the fourth quarter. That's big too. So he basically had 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists in the fourth. That was, that's big. That's what superstars do, and that's what he did tonight. And honestly, it showed last game he did really well. And man, I'll get to Luka had some fucking highlight step backs on some guys tonight. Like he had one in Chris Middleton's face. I think he had one at Bobby Portis's face. He had a fucking nasty one, which I thought was going to be the one, when it pops up highlights, if you have the ESPN app and highlights pop up on your phone and you're able to see them. Man, the one that popped up on my phone, I was thinking it was going to be, it was a step back 3 on Giannis. It was the one on Bobby Portis. I'm like, did y'all not see the one against Giannis? Y'all didn't put that one? Like, the other ones were good. They were really good. But to do that against Giannis, Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, all that, the hoopla, he made Giannis look silly with the step back. Because, Giannis is all 6'11", reaching out, and he can't even contest his, it was really close too, but just Luka had a comfortable, when he took the shot, had comfortable distance. Giannis was a very close closeout, but man, Luka is so fucking amazing, man. Just drains it right over these guys. He shows no fear. He loves the big moments, and it's good to see Luka, your superstar, not shy away from matchups. When he got matched up, they switched over, and it was Giannis on, which I think Giannis wanted to guard him. Giannis is one of those where he's not afraid either to go against your best player, go guard your best player even. Of course on offense go against them, but defensively go pick him up. And that's what he was doing. He was getting switched over, and he would make sure he gets switched over, and he was the one guard Luka. And Luka did not shy away from that shit. I want to repeat, he did not shy away from that shit, man. That's fucking awesome to see from your superstar. To not shy away from Giannis, who's, of course, we know Mad fans are going to say that Luka's better than Giannis, of course. But, like, just another very, like, top of the line, like, another top player in the whole game today to come out and really just, like, put that on his head. Like, to not shy away and attack him, to attack Giannis. Like, he was really attacking him and making some of the... Of course, when Giannis is on you, you're going to probably draw... Another guy was always, whenever Luka drove in the lane, they'd always bring another on Luka. So Luka was always making the great, amazing passes at times. You saw this game, he had so many crazy assists. Like this was definitely a dime game, and man, he led the way throughout the whole game, and so while we're just gonna keep it on Luka real quick before I get to the rest of the team, but man, Luka had 30, 30 and 5 or 30 points, 15 assists, and he has 3 games this year of 30 points, 15 assists. The rest of the NBA this season, only 3 people have done it, or it's only happened 3 other times. I don't know who those 3 are. I did not look at that up, but Luka has 3 games of 30 points, 15 assists. At least 30 points, 15 assists. The rest of the NBA has only done it 3 times this season. Crazy. And Luka, this was his 5th straight game of at least 30 points. And they said that was the second and longest in franchise history behind Mark. And that was pretty cool because you would think Dirk would be up there, but it wasn't Dirk. So that's, another milestone and, a little something for the franchise for that. And, he owns a lot of records. This is another record. he could beat himself, have another 30-point game next game. But, yeah, man, of course, Luka, that's crazy, just a crazy stat, why he should definitely be considered an MVP. Now, I know at this point of the season, he's not likely to get the MVP. But, of course, the Mad fans, he's the MVP. But, man, this definitely puts him in that. I mean, if I'm telling you, people are crazy if you don't have him in your top 5. If he's not on the ballot for that top 5, not getting some votes, and they're like, they're fucking out of their mind if they're leaving Luka out. Because this man he's the only player, I saw too, he's the only player in the NBA averaging 28, 8, and 8. Only player. Only fucking player averaging 28, 8, and 8. Only player. So, that ain't top 5. I don't know what is, man. And I don't know basketball. So, moving on, man. Another big game tonight, man. Who was huge for the Mavericks? Guys, do y'all know who was huge tonight for the Mavericks? Dwight Powell, guys. Dwight Powell was so amazing, man. Like, he had 22 points, 13 rebounds. It's 8 of 10 from the field, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Just did so fantastic. He had an assist and a steal. It was just amazing. Like, he really did awesome. And adding to that, it's been such an evolution for Dwight Powell, using that word, loosely, but it's been such a just revelation is what I really meant to say. Because, man, like, from when he got injured, we didn't think we'd see like that type of Dwight Powell where his athleticism was just like, oh wow, like, it really sticks out. And honestly, it feels like he's gotten to that point where he's back. Like, this type of game shows where it's like, damn, like, yeah, that's the old Dwight Powell right there. That's what he was leaning. This was his, progression of what he was looking like he could do. Because there was one play in specific that really showed this to me. I think in true light was when he caught it under. He had, I think it was one of Luka's dimes where he was at half court, fucking zips it right to Dwight, who's cutting towards the basket, and Luka finds him, zips it from half court to him, and he pump fakes a guy. A guy goes up. And he goes up under. I swear I've seen him do it a whole bunch. But, and he usually goes up and under. Pre-Dwight goes up and he dunks it, right? This Dwight, you kind of see, especially the earlier, like, right after the injury, up until recently. But you see Dwight, in that shot, pump fade, the guy goes up and he goes other side of the rim, and it's like a hook layup shot. It's like a really, really close layup. Like, looks like, well, maybe you could have dunked it if he just had a little bit more juice under it. Tonight, hop step, pump fake, hop step underneath, one hand jam, like with authority, jumps high and just yams it in. Like that, when I seen that, I was like, oh shit, like Dwight Powell is healthy. That's what I thought about. I was like, Dwight Powell is healthy. Because, great hands. He was looking like an all-pro receiver. Luka was feeding him really good, but, like, there was a couple catches, man, he made where, Luka made a great pass, but Dwight Powell just has great hands. It was able to make the catch. There was one where Giannis was all over him, and I didn't know. And Dwight Powell came out with the ball and was able to get a layup. Like, I don't know how he caught it with Giannis like all over him like a cornerback, but Dwight Powell comes up with the catch and is able to finish and score. But Dwight Powell had an amazing game. He played 31 minutes tonight. Much more than usual. Usually Mavs fans are comfortable with Dwight Powell around 24 minutes, max. You don't want to get too much, but tonight it was kind of one of those games where he was needed. He did really well, especially holding his own against Giannis and they still have Brook Lopez and Bobby Portis down there. The rebound counter. Wow, he finished with the most rebounds. I thought maybe Giannis. Wow, Dwight Powell had the most rebounds in the game tonight. Wow, like Dwight Powell, awesome game, man. Giannis had the second most with 10. So, man, great stuff by Dwight Powell. His energy was awesome. And honestly, the energy from the rest of the team was awesome. Last game, I chirped on him because, Luka was the only one scoring. And nobody else besides Brunson had, 21 or whatever. But nobody else scored double digits. Nobody else on the whole team scored double digits. And it's very, very disappointing. Tonight, completely different. They all had his back. They knew it was a slump game. They probably got into him like, yo, man, y'all can't leave me hanging like that. Like, we have to play better as a unit, together, everything. And offensively throughout this night, you could tell they just got better and better and better. And offensively, just everyone just looked great, like shooting the ball, like comfortable. Like Jalen Brunson had 15, respectable 15, 5 of 12, 3 of 6, 2 of 2 from the line, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Of course, if he wants to make big bucks, this is the type of game where we want to see him get at least 20, 25, something like that. Just saying, but still a very respectable. Somewhat efficient, 15 points still, 3 rebounds and assists, as I said. Not Dwight Powell, I already talked about him. Dorian Finney-Smith, Dodo, finished with 11 points, 1 rebound, 6 assists by Dodo, 2 steals and a block. So really doing everything, really helping create the plays for others, because he was a lot of the times that when they would try and trap Luka, he was a guy in the middle making other, the extra pass to someone else who would make the shot. So, great stuff by Dodo to be that playmaker tonight, step up in that role when he has to be. And he's looking a lot more comfortable in it too. And, that's good. That's going to bode well for the Mavs in the playoffs. Of course, he might not have the best shooting nights. Like tonight, he was 1 of 6 from 3. 4 of 9 from the field, though, but only 1 of 6 from 3. But he was able to still affect the game offensively with his assists, and his driving ability to get into the paint, and collapse the defense and kick it out to guys like Reggie Bullock, who finished 6 of 9 tonight, 3 of 6, still continue to shoot hot. He had 16 points, 7 rebounds by him. He was getting on the boards. Usually Dodo, you see him have 7. Reggie would have a few. But tonight, Reggie was, getting in on the boards. Finished. He had an assist too and a block. Good stuff by him. He's, as I said, he's continuing to shoot really well. So that's good stuff you want to see. Off the bench, as I said, Spencer Dinwiddie, when he did his thing in the second quarter, didn't really do anything in the second half. But what he did in the second quarter is really big for us. The other guy, the Latvian laser, Davis Bertans. When did he hit his 2? I think they were in the first half. Davis Bertans hit 2 threes. And, man, it was awesome to see because they were much, much needed. Yeah, he didn't play in the first quarter, so it was in the second. I'm looking. Okay, he hit 1 in the He hit 1 in the second quarter. Hit a 3. It was, of course, really big. And then he goes and hits his other, in the second quarter. In the third quarter, second half. In the third quarter, he hits his second 3. And, man, he just continues to be a threat out there from 3 and runs around. And honestly, this man needs to get more credit what he's doing on defensively. Because, man, he's got a motor. He's not the best defender. He's not, this or that, athletic, whatever. But this man is flying and hustling all over the place to defend and played pretty good defense on some of these post players that were on that he got mismatched on. whenever like Giannis or Portis or Brook Lopez break pretty well on some of those coverages. Defense had a hand right up in their face, like, as good defense as you can possibly play for someone like him on them. And, sometimes they got the better end. They were just taller and can hit the shot, which, I mean, of course, there's nothing you could do about guys like Giannis or Brook Lopez who are like 7 feet tall when they make it just like a hook shot just because they're taller over you. Like, it is what it is, man, and that type of shit. But Bertans really good contesting. I think that's why he finished with a plus 11 off the bench, because, his defense was really good. Finished 6 points, the 2 threes, 5 rebounds, had a block. Had a block in here, pretty good. Josh Green got some run, hit a 3. That was pretty big, and had a rebound. You want to see more from him, a little bit more offensively. He had a 3 that got waved off because it was late after the buzzer, but it was because he has such a hitch in his shot. If he could just fix his mechanics where he can get a quicker release when he shoots, because sometimes when he catches the ball, it seems like he's almost thinking about it too much with the way, like how much time he is to shoot. Like, if he can just get a quicker release, I know that will help his game, which comes with also just letting loose, like not thinking too much and just, I just saw a shooting star in the sky, by the way. I'm just going to say that out loud, put it on record. Out there, I literally just right in front of me outside. I usually do this the pod in my car. I'm looking straight ahead, and I swear on everything, I just saw a shooting star go straight down. But anyway, I'm so lost. That was crazy. I looked up and seen that, but way off topic. Back to basketball and NBA NBA stuff. Who was I talking to? Josh Green. Oh yeah, he had a at the end of one of the quarters, man. If he just just fixes his shot, gets a little bit quicker shot, man, I think he'll be a lot better for us, and just doesn't think about, sometimes if you think too much, which probably is Kleber's problem, where he thinks too much, you're going to really mess up your shot. And if he can just fix his mechanics where he can get a quicker release, I think that'll help him, especially not think too much. Just catch it and just, shoot that thing. Because whenever he catches it and just lets it rip, I swear, it just looks good, and usually just it's nothing but net. So, just good, he only played 10 minutes, good, solid stuff. He was out there hustling on defense, but didn't play too much. And Marquise Chris played 4 minutes tonight, 2 points. Didn't do so well. It was only in there just because, we need some breather in the first half, because really the second half, it was a lot of the starters, which again, Dodo finished with 41 minutes, Reggie 40 minutes, Dwight Powell 31, Brunson 36, and then LUKA 39. So very top heavy and not very bench reliant team. And we were able to come out of victory. Hey, this is the rotations. This is stuff that J Kid's figuring out, like who needs to play in these moments, who can play. And tonight was definitely strictly a playoff rotation. And this is, if you're besides the Kleber not being in, but other than that, these are gonna be the rotations right here. Besides, Kleber mixes things up. Bertans will probably get a little bit less, and you won't see Marquise Chris in there. But you'll sub that in for Kleber. But this is how it'll be in the playoffs. And if they play like this, shoot 51% from the field, 42 from 3, 88 from the line, like, man, they definitely can beat, a lot of, really any team in the league. And you name them, they could beat any team in the league. If they're playing defense like they did, because they went, they shut, I don't want to say they shut down, but they really held the Bucks to some very tough shots, especially at the end of the game, man. It's hard to stop all 3 of their stars. And what they did was Drew Holiday got hot, especially early. But I think they keyed in really on Middleton. Made sure Middleton didn't do too well. He didn't. He struggled tonight. He was 3 of 14, 0 of 4 from 3. Only finished with 11 points. So Giannis didn't really have his per se backup, his Robin to that. Even though Drew Holiday's respectable, could be like a Robin on a given night. But he only had finished with 20. So it just wasn't enough from his guy Chris Middleton, and they weren't able to. Catch back. And the Mavs, you just got to give all the credit to the Mavs tonight, because, the Bucks tried everything they could. They shot 44 from the field, not that well, but 37 from three is not bad. That's about average, a little bit above average, so not bad. They didn't get to the line as much as us, but for us to come out, the Mavericks to come out against this healthy defending champs Milwaukee Bucks team, especially us missing our second, our best probably inside defender, paint defender, and Maxi Kleber. It was big tonight, very big, and the Mavericks actually won the rebound battle tonight. That was pretty crazy to look at. Of course, we beat them in assists. We had more blocks, turnovers. Yeah, the turnovers were killing us at one point during the runs. We would just start fumbling the ball or throwing it away, and it was really bad. But it's good to see that still we're able to overcome that, even though we lost the turnover battle. We have 10 fast break points to their 0, so good stuff. We almost matched them in points in the paint. They had 44, we had 40. So that's good stuff. Good stuff by the Mavs. It's when you see, what's really crazy, they had 95 field goal attempts. 95. Dallas Mavericks only had 76. They had 20 more shots. If you get 20 more shots than the other team, you should probably win. And they didn't. The Milwaukee Bucks did not. Milwaukee Bucks, I'm looking at it, they got 20 more shots. 19, give or take. They got 19, basically, more shots than the Mavericks. And we still won. That's wild. The defending champs, fully healthy Milwaukee Bucks, got 20 more shots than your Dallas Mavericks tonight. And Dallas was still able to come out with a victory. Crazy stuff, man. And, of course, their largest lead tonight was 10. So, technically, that counts as another double-digit comeback. So, the comeback kids do it again, man. And that's really it tonight. I don't want to spend too much time, gloating on this great victory, because it definitely was so great and much needed after that really pooper of a game in Washington. So, way to follow it back up, really, come out and beat the Bucks. Good stuff by the Mavs. Mavs go on, and we will play our next 3 games. It's at Detroit Wednesday. We play at Detroit. Friday at Portland. And then the last game is Sunday versus San Antonio. Did I say at Portland? It's both at home. Portland and San Antonio are both home games. And then Wednesday is at Detroit. So, great stuff. 3 games left. This was a big win. Especially seeding-wise, it sucked because we lost to the Wizards. That bumped us down to the 4 seed. And then the big game was, just last night was the Warriors-Jazz, which the Jazz had another meltdown, up like 16, and let the Warriors come back and beat them. So that pushed, the Golden State Warriors up to ahead of us in the standings for sure, at the 3rd seed. So, the standings as of right now, it's, the Dallas is 49-30 at the 4th seed, and Golden State is 49-29 at the 3rd seed. So we're just a half game back. And if we're score watching right now, y'all know what happens more than me. But as of right now, oh my gosh, I saw the start of the game right before I started the pod, and I was hoping the Kings would put up a fight. Right now, it's in the 2nd quarter. Golden State is waxing their butts. It is 45-25. So, yeah, not much help going on there. But however, I will stay positive because I did look at their remaining schedule, and they are playing some teams that are fighting right now. And as I get this pulled up, but yeah, so there's hope for the Dallas Mavericks to still get this 3rd seed. The Warriors play the Kings tonight, so they'll probably beat them, so they might go up. But we just need them to falter. If we can win out, the Mavs can win out, which the next 3 games are all winnable. So we can win out, and the Warriors just slip up at least 1 game. That's all we need. We need them to slip up 1 game, and for our records to be tied, we get the tie. We own the tiebreaker because we beat them. Was it 3-1 this year? Or we basically own the tiebreaker, so. We would get the tiebreaker. We would get to the 3rd seed. Their next games, after they play the Kings tonight, of course, but then on Thursday they play the Lakers. I'm gonna say the Warriors. The Warriors play the Warriors. the Warriors play at the Warriors though, but they play the Lakers, which of course the Lakers are not a good team. Especially really not doing well, trying to get back into that play-in. It's not looking so well for them. But still, they're fully healthy now. I think LeBron will probably be back for that game. It's a TNT game, so those are the type of games superstars like to play in. It's good for their brand, yada yada, all that type. So I definitely can see LeBron coming back, and you got AD and you got Russell. So fully healthy them going into the Warriors. Maybe, hopefully, for that night we're all gonna be Lakers fans, guys. We're all gonna be Lakers fans, and we're hopefully they can come out with a win against the Warriors and just give us that loss. And then after that, the Warriors go in to play the Spurs, which again we played the Spurs the last game of the year. However, it might not matter for them come the last game of the year. But even though I think the Mavs can still beat them. But however, the Warriors will play the Spurs second game to last, which Spurs are still fighting right now. They got the Lakers on their butt. I'm trying to stay clean from now on. I'm trying to do clean podcasts from now on. So if I did say curse in the first half, I apologize. I'm going to start trying to wash my language so we can reach more people and for the kids so they can listen to me and not all that type of stuff. All type of Mavs fans can, and all ages can listen. But the Warriors go in and they play the Spurs second to last game, and they have the Lakers right behind them trying to inch in and get closer and closer. And so maybe that'll be a big game for the Spurs. Are trying to go ahead and get the win on steal a win. They're at home, so the Spurs play good at home. I think they play good at home. Well, they don't have a good record, period. But you never know, especially if they're playing for a playoff spot. Those fans hopefully will get up. They're gonna want to win. So maybe the Spurs. I'm just hoping on that one. The Spurs will still win if the Lakers don't get one at the Warriors. And then the Warriors go in and play the Pelicans, who again are at the bottom of the play-in seeding and are trying not to get bumped out. They're in that 9-10, and 11. Really, the Kings are basically out of it. But New Orleans, San Antonio, and the Lakers are all fighting for those 9-10, 11 seed. And right now, New Orleans at a comfortable kind of like a 2-game ahead lead. But if they drop any of these games, they all of a sudden drop 2, and then all of a sudden it's a close race. So their next 3 or 4 games. So a lot of things, seeding, everything to play out over these next 4 or 5 games everybody's got left. And so if the Mavs can just finish business, take care of business, win these last 3. And then we just got to root on, whoever the Warriors are playing. And hopefully the Warriors can drop at least just one for us to have a tie record with them so we can get that 3rd seed. And, if we finish with the 4th, it's still cool. We're still going to get home court advantage. We get a good, favorable first-round match. Well, I won't say favorable. We know it's the first-round match will be either going to be the Nuggets Jazz. So it's, either or. We know that already. We've been knowing that, talking about that for a while. But just finishing in that 3rd seed, man, that would allow the Mavs, whoever finishes in the 3rd seed would allow them to not have to see potentially Phoenix Suns in the conference finals, till the conference finals. So, that the bracket-wise, the 1 and 3 seed wouldn't meet up till the conference finals. So that's what we want to see. That's what we want if you're a Mavs fan. We definitely want to reach up at that 3rd seed because the second round we could possibly play Memphis. And I just like that matchup. Luka likes the matchup apparently because he usually dominates against Memphis. So it's just I would say the easier path if we're trying to get as far as we can in the playoffs, especially go all the way. Win a chip this year. Surprise, shock the world. But they definitely the path would be the 3rd seed, and especially finish the 3rd seed. Man, there's so many. This team would have, after they finished in the 3rd seed, this team would have to get so much more credit due their way, especially like J Kidd. Even though J Kidd's already going to get his flowers and stuff, but just finish in the 3rd seed, that would give Luka's credit. A lot of this whole team, their credit for just fighting, their resiliency, all season. We were 16-18. They said, it was December 30th, guys. It was bad for us, and then we turned it around. So it's been a great year for the Mavs. So we just, want to continue to end it on a high note. This was our last big game against a really quality, the defending champs, opponent, and we came out with a win. It was a big win. So everybody should be happy. Hip hip hoorays. Let's prepare. Let's get ready. Let's handle business though. Let's not get too happy. Let's let this soak in, and we got to prepare and finish off these last 3 games with all W's, and hopefully, everything else work out in our favor. So, that's pretty much it. Just gave out the next opponents. You can follow on Twitter, guys, if you want. We have a Twitter. It's at Mavs_rundown. And Mavs Rundown, the podcast, is free on YouTube, along with Spotify and the Anchor app. And I'm AG. Thanks for listening. Remember, cool heads prevail. And I'll see y'all next time on the Mavs Rundown.